I think 100% with full conviction, I can say the continent is more than ready to begin to finance and address its own financing gaps. And the institutions that I work with, the members of the Alliance of African Multilateral Financial Institutions are a true demonstration of that. This, for example, are institutions that have been created and capitalized by African states. At the moment, among all our members, we have over $70 billion balance sheet deployed all across the continent in infrastructure, trade finance, manufacturing, and a broad range of issues. And the thesis and the real point of our existence is really to demonstrate the ability of African institutions to intermediate and aggregate African capital in addressing African financing challenges. But we're not saying that we'll only need African capital. We're saying that we deploy African capital and our partners, our friends, our collaborators and our investors can co-deploy with us. And I think in line with the theme, in line with the discussions at this year's annual meetings, it's been really clear that that space, that mind share is becoming much more prevalent among the policymakers, among our heads of states, and we think this is very good for the coming year. Of course, for the free trade area, right, it has established a legal agreement which creates the rights and obligations that will enable trade among African countries, right? But of course, we must understand that in spite of that agreement, there are the challenges such as infrastructure, challenges in some cases regulatory framework, challenges such as market information. Say I'm a trader from Congo, Brazzaville. Do I have full knowledge and awareness of what I could export to Gabon, for example? Not necessarily. There are challenges related to currency conversion. There are a whole range of challenges, and I think we must understand and appreciate that the AFCFTA is a framework, it is an initial deposit to begin to address those challenges. So with full confidence, I can say to the entrepreneurs, to the business people looking to utilize the CFTA in the coming years, it will only get better because it's been fully established. Countries have ratified it, the different annexes have been put in place, and I think what we're all looking forward to now is implementation, trading, and business. So absolutely it will get better. I think there are a number, I wouldn't say there is a biggest challenge, right? Sometimes there is a narrative, there's a lack of information, there's a lack of understanding of how African markets work, of how African investments perform. So to that extent, exaggerated perception of risk on the continent. And that risk constrains not just the deployment of financing, it constrains even the encouragement for potential investors to look to partner, look for opportunities on the continent because of sometimes the overtold story of African risk. We also, of course, do have challenges related to the fragmentation of our markets. We have 55 African countries, African markets, so sometimes it's difficult for an investor to address or assess Africa as an investment destination. It has to look at different countries. And I think those are the kind of challenges that the AFCFTA was really established to address, where you create a single African market and you can really address these things. So a number of challenges, but we believe that our policymakers are really putting in place the things to address these challenges.